All right. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Love Tips and Velvet Lips. I am Marla Renee Stewart, here to guide you, here live on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitch, and on Instagram. And today we are going to be talking about oral techniques for the D, right? I'm going to give you 5 things that you really need for your oral to be on point. But before we get there, um, just to let you know, June, of course, is Pride Month, but of course, it's all about D pleasure, right? P pleasure, D pleasure, whatever you call it. Last week we talked about anatomy. This week we're going to be talking about oral. Next week we're going to be talking about stroking techniques. And then last week we're going to be talking about strap-on techniques because, yeah, let's talk about strapping on the D, right? So super exciting of this month. And I have a lot going on this month, including my splashing class that is happening tomorrow night, Tuesday night. And got a lot more classes. So we're doing about 2 classes a month. And then I'm also doing a bed death class, a lesbian bed death class for She Bop later on this month. And so make sure you are all tuned in and subscribed on my calendar. Make sure you know which classes that I'll be teaching this month to ensure that you are living your best life. Okay. So with that said, you can always feel free to put in your questions. You can submit your questions in the comments. You can submit them at qrco.de/lovetipsama. If you haven't downloaded my free classes yet, please make sure you do that. They're free. You know what I mean? So there's always opportunity to get some knowledge for free. And with that free class, you can do the erotic activity bucket list or the seduction learning styles. Either one is great. Okay, so let's get right in it, shall we? So 5 things you need for oral on the D, right? Or on the P, whatever you want to call it. And one of the first things you need is energy. Now, I know this might seem bad, but here's the thing. When we have so many stressors in our life, we have so many things going on, it really can be, it can really drain us of what we really need. And the first thing we do need is energy, right? And so in order to have that energy, we need to ensure that we are taking care of ourselves, right? So we're being healthy as much as possible, that we are getting the sleep we need, that we're getting the rest we need, that we're getting the food we need, the exercise we need, and we are eliminating our stressors. When we do that, that helps us make room emotionally and physically for our body to prepare for what is needed, right? So again, the first thing you need, energy. Okay, need the energy to do the things. The second thing you're going to need is enthusiasm. Okay. It's so important to have enthusiasm. A lot of times when people are doing oral in the D, they get so goal oriented. They're like, focus, 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 focus. And that can be really not sexy. Okay. Not sexy when you're too focused and you're just concentrating on the goal at hand, which usually is trying to give someone, right, the big O. Now that's fine and all, fine and dandy, but we do want to have enthusiasm, right? We want to be there. We don't just want to do this just to be doing it, right? We want to have a reason and we want to be there, right? So when thinking about why you love it, this is the reason to think about that, because your enthusiasm is going to help you, and it's going to help you also shift that energy, get that energy that you need to make it happen. In addition, you're also going to need some creativity. A lot of times we get really focused on what we've seen online, maybe on, those other sites, those other explicit sites. So it's super important to be creative, right? And that can mean a variety of things. It could mean where you do it, how you do it. Maybe you're slow and taking your time. Maybe you are pacing things out. Maybe you add elements of kink. Maybe you get creative in some way, shape, or form, right? Maybe you just don't leave it to the bedroom. Maybe you get in the car or in your living room or in your kitchen or in your bathroom or in your pool or jacuzzi, the sauna, whatever, right? Like wherever you want to do the things, do that, but just enforce some creativity. And this can mean creativity in your lube selection too, right? Maybe it's flavored lubes that you want to use. Maybe it's some maybe food items that you want to incorporate. Um, Things that you normally wouldn't do maybe every day. That might be something that you would want to do to ensure that you have some creativity that's happening. Maybe it's the lighting, right? Maybe you are setting up some candles or setting up your mood lighting, whatever the case may be. You can make sure you are successful just by being creative in and of itself to create a different ambiance, a different experience. Okay. The fourth thing that you need, of course, are the seduction learning styles. Of course, right? If you haven't checked out my free class, The Art and Science of Seduction, on my website, and all you have to do is go to velvetlipsexed.com/shop, and you'll see my class. And in that class, I tell you about how to really connect with other people. And so when you're giving oral, you can really think about these things, right? So if your person is a visual person, then maybe you are, I don't know, showing a little cleavage. Maybe you have a face full of makeup, or maybe you are visually stunning with your clothes and attire, right? So you're thinking about how you can be visually enticing. When it comes to auditory, maybe they are auditory. Maybe you're humming, or maybe you're moaning, right? Yes, right? You're doing all of those things to enhance the audio sound. Some people really like gagging noises, right? Right? Maybe the gagging noise is something that you need to do to help, your lover get to their place. So, really thinking about those specific techniques are going to help you. And kinesthetic, tactile, maybe that means how you're touching your lover, right? How you're touching your lover when you are doing oral. That can be amazing as well. Okay. So again, implementing the seduction learning styles, really honing in and saying like, hey, where do I need to plant my little, S seed? Where do I need to, what do I need to do in order to ensure that they are getting what they need? What am I doing to ensure that they are emotionally prepared to be in this situation, that they would want to receive this amazing gift from me, right? So these are all things that you want to do. In addition, recovery methods. Okay, that's the fifth thing. Recovery methods. You really want to make sure your mouth and jaw recover. As a person who has TMJ, oh, so important for me to do like jaw massages, right? So these are massaging the muscles in my jaw to ensure that they don't get too tired, or that I'm okay. So that is really an advantage. You want to like open up your mouth, right? So jaw exercises. But one of the most important things to think about, especially when it comes to technique, is to not be right sucking in your cheeks, because that can be tiresome. And so if you haven't taken one of my classes, please make sure you take my class, and I'll tell you all about the techniques on how to prevent that from happening. But for the most part, you've got to think about your own personal recovery methods and what those look like when it comes to oral play. Okay. So those are the 5 things, right? So again, we have energy, enthusiasm, creativity, the seduction learning styles, and of course, your recovery methods. So doing all these things are to help you make sure you have a great oral time. Look out for my blog. I'm working on that. So look out for my blog on Wednesday. That will come out. If you haven't signed up for my newsletter yet, please make sure you sign up, because this is where you get all the lovely techniques, all the lovely advice for free by being on my newsletter. So make sure you check that out. And again, if you want to talk about, if you want to learn about splashing, that's my class on Tuesday night. So check that out. And if you have any questions, you can feel free to email me at gettips@velvetlipsexed.com. That's gettips@velvetlipsexed.com. If you haven't planned to be at Sex Down South yet, please make sure you do that, like today. SCS is amazing. Our theme is spiritual awakening, which invites us just on the journey of the sacred and the sensual. So please, if you can, use my code Marla SCS to get yourself 20% off that registration. And hopefully I will see you at SCS. What else? What else? I think that's it. Look out for my app that will be coming soon, shortly. I swear to you guys, it is. I swear it is. But I think that's it for today. Please make sure you check out the calendar, see what's up next. Sign up for my email list, get your free class, and let's go from here, y'all. Have a wonderful, wonderful, amazing Monday. Have the wonderful rest of the week, and I will see you on the other side. See you next Monday. All right, y'all. Have a good one. Bye-bye.